Day during the month of June, we're giving away gear from the KBLA store to say thank you for your support of KBLA Talk 1580 as we celebrate our second anniversary. Each weekday, a different host will be giving away fresh merch to one lucky caller. All you have to do is keep it locked to KBLA Talk 1580 throughout the day, and our host will tell you when to dial in and when. It's our way of showing appreciation to you for helping make KBLA Talk 1580 the most trusted, credible, and reliable source of information for listeners just like you. Here's hoping you'll be one of our lucky winners. But you can always head over to the KBLA store anytime for the best in KBLA Talk 1580 gear for yourself and great gift ideas. Now, celebrating 2 years of being your go-to, we're KBLA Talk 1580, and we've got your black. You ready?
It's time for the Rob Report with Robin Ayers.
Highlighting people and things you should know about.
Robin's got you on KBLA Talk 1580.
Robin's got a lot to talk about.
Yes, it is indeed. You are listening to the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580, where we bring you the latest in entertainment news, trending topics, and interviews. I'm your host, Robin Ayers, with you Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. And listen, it's a good day. It's a happy day. We have celebrated our second year anniversary. Happy anniversary to KBLA 1580. Such great news, such a great time celebrating yesterday at Kenneth Hahn Park. And you know what? I met so many of you. You guys had me surprised and shocked, and some of you said, I recognize your voice, or one thing or another. And that was just a beautiful experience. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we had our own Juneteenth celebration yesterday over in Kenneth Hahn Park. And when I tell you we showed up and we showed out, we had such a great time. All of us from KBLA and many of you who came out had yourself a great time. We had food and entertainment and meeting and greeting and desserts and photo booths and all this wonderful stuff. You can find some of those pictures if you would like to. If you did miss it and you want to go back and just see what you missed so that you don't miss the next one, you can do that and go over to all of our social media platforms at KBLA 1580. Check out those pictures. There's a little video footage on there for you to see, and just check it out. Just look at all the smiles on everyone's faces. Congratulations to Tavis Smiley, who put together a wonderful event, and everyone else who had their hands involved in it. Listen, we're still not done with our swag bags, though. We're doing it all month long. You may not be able to go to the Juneteenth anniversary. It doesn't matter, though. You still can win our swag bags that we're giving away today on this show. And I'll do that a little bit later. It's going to be the second caller. We'll get to that in a little bit. But, yeah, you do have an opportunity to win that swag bag. Let's see. Wow. There are some things that are going on. First of all, I have to say Juneteenth celebrations were really, really lit up yesterday, especially in Leimert Park. We saw a lot of it going on, people having a great time. And all across the country, it's been wonderful. And like I told you last week, I said, find something near you. Find a celebration near you. But I have to say, as many people were celebrating and finding joy in these celebrations, it's still so disheartening and sad to see that so much violence and looting and stampedes, they were going on all across the country, shootings happening at our celebrations, the very thing that we're supposed to be celebrating, us. We are out there to celebrate. And so many people have taken to the streets to do so much damage in our own neighborhoods. And it really hurt my feelings. It was sad to see, and it's very disheartening. So we have a long way to go. And I deeply encourage you, if you are a parent, especially of a teenager or even while they're younger, please talk to your kids. Talk to your kids and share with your kids the meaning behind Juneteenth, how important it is behind Juneteenth, and follow up on your kids. Check to see what they're doing, who they're hanging out with, especially when we have celebrations like this. So, but all in all, I will say we definitely had a great time, and that was a fantastic thing for us yesterday. Another update for you. Shout out to Q-Tip from Tribe Called Quest. Q-Tip, I love this. This is really cool. This man used his social media platform to find somebody who he once knew in high school. How many times have you done that? I know I've done it plenty of times, especially before we had social media. You know, you kind of wonder, how is that person doing? I used to be very cool with them. It could have been anything. We had classes together, or we partook in different hobbies together. Well, you wonder how that person is doing, and oftentimes we don't get to find out. But Q-Tip, he took to his social media, his large social media, to say, does anybody know where Pamela Sweat is? He named her out. He said, he thinks about her often. And when I tell you, people located her like that. Andy, what am I right? They found that woman. They found out they saw her old photos from high school. And they said, is this the Pamela you're looking for? And he said, yes. And so people started sending all kinds of pictures, even up-to-date pictures of how she looks today. And sure enough, he said that was the woman, and he went and found her. Now, all kinds of people are encouraging him, go after her, get your woman, Q-Tip. We don't know if it's about all that, but he did find her. So that was encouraging. If you ever want to find somebody from high school or prior, it doesn't matter. Social media can help you out. So good for Q-Tip on that. Also, another shout out to Rick Ross. This is really great news. He donated $30,000 to help Fayette County clinics stay open. Now, Fayette County, they offered services, a lot of their health services to those who are 18 years old and older in Fayette County, and they were in deep need of some resources and finances to stay open and to continue to help people. And Rick Ross swooped in and said, you know what, I will pay that $30,000. And he just wrote that check and really showed up and showed out. And I believe this is more of what our community needs. We often talk about what are people doing, the people who have all this money, rappers and influencers and people like that. What are they doing for the community? And this is a way that, sure enough, Rick Ross is saying, this is how I'm helping out. This is how I'm helping out. So that was a beautiful thing. So shout out to him for that. I see you all showing up inside of our YouTube. Hello and good evening to you all. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. With that being said, there are no more updates, but let's go ahead and get to the Raw Report, Andy.
Now it's time for a breakdown.
Now this one hit the internet and it went wild. This entire story went wild. Kimora Lee Simmons, businesswoman and ex-wife to Russell Simmons. So Kimora and their two daughters, Ming Lee and Aoki Lee, have now turned to social media to air out all of this business regarding Russell Simmons. Now, if you aren't sure who that is, Russell Simmons, he is record executive, producer, entrepreneur. Many would deem him as a founding father, so to speak, of the hip hop era. He's certainly a mogul. Many people have considered him that. He's a yogi. He's been around, but he's been in some controversial things that have been around for years. Some people are saying some negative things, but it never really quite hit home. And the way that it's hitting home is not something that is a great look for Russell Simmons right now. We will get into all of that, what happened, what led to them blasting this, but I deeply care about families. I deeply care about Black love. And so that's why I said it hurts my heart, because I never like to see anything like this tear a Black family down. But we'll talk about what happens with them and what's going forward. Hopefully there can be something that they can make amends in the future somehow. We'll see. We're also going to talk about Kenneth Petty. Kenneth Petty is the husband of Nicki Minaj, and there is a neighborhood petition trying to get them out of their neighborhood. We will talk about, I've never even heard of something like this, but I guess when you do some things and some things are said and some things are not done, things like this could happen. Well, we'll talk about exactly why they are trying to petition to get him up out of their high-end neighborhood. We'll talk about that on the other side with, of course, our contributor today, who we've got some great news to talk about with our contributor as well. You want to stay tuned for that. You definitely want to stay tuned for that swag bag. And you want to make sure that you stay tuned for more of the Raw Report on the other side. You are listening to KBLA Talk 1580. Stay right there.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Eric Bellinger hanging out right here with my family at the Raw Report. Keep it locked.
You're inside the Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
Have you faced discrimination in Los Angeles? The City of LA Civil Rights Department can help. They investigate private sector discrimination in LA City in commerce, education, employment, and housing. If you're facing discrimination, submit a complaint online for free at laisforeveryone.com. That's laisforeveryone.com or call 213-978-1845.
Another exciting event hosted by Malik Books, Saturday, June 24th at 2 p.m., Westfield Culver City Mall. Next up, the newly published author Aisha Harris, co-host and critic for the hit NPR podcast, Pop Culture Happy Hour. Hot off the press, wannabe reckonings with pop culture that shapes me by Aisha Harris. Join us for discussion and book signing, moderated by Erica Kendrick, Saturday, June 24th at 2 p.m., Malik Books at Westfield Culver City Mall. Wannabe is part memoir, part critical exercise. A blend of personal experiences growing up and consuming pop culture with a thoughtful examination of issues and conundrums audiences face every day. Interracial friendships, obsessive fandom, nostalgia, and intergenerational trauma. See you at the next book signing at Malik Books. That's MalikBooks.com again. MalikBooks.com.
Check out Malik and Lisa. They're making moves, starting a family, and most importantly, looking to buy their dream home. And Rocket is here to give them a hand.
Gigi, you always said it was going to take sacrifice.
I know. Getting that down payment and closing costs will take some work. With Rocket's help, Malik and Lisa will be ready to purchase the home of their dreams. When they buy with Rocket Homes and finance with Rocket Mortgage, they could get up to $10,000 cash toward closing from Rocket Mortgage. That's a pretty big deal.
It's time to start your own legacy.
You got this. And Rocket's got you. Only with Rocket. Visit onlywithrocket.com to get started today.
For purchase transactions only. Must not rate between 331 and 831. Call 8337-ROCKET for conditions and restrictions. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states. NMLS Consumer Access Auto number 3030.
Mom's early Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard to take.
And when I left the oven on, we decided together that it was time to see a doctor and make a plan.
Early detection gave us more time to seek out information and support as a family.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. For more information, visit alz.org/time-to-talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news. You're inside the Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
I saw something that was pretty funny, and I would like to ask you all. Here's the question of the day, or at least one of them. Would you possibly buy a bidet? Well, not just a bidet, but a bidet that was allegedly or possibly used by Jay-Z and Beyonce for $2,400. Would you buy a bidet when normally they go for between $500 and $1,500? I gotta know. I don't know if it's that serious for people to buy things because they feel the value is higher because of a certain celebrity possibly using it or not. But I'd like to know. You got to let me know your thoughts. I'll put that inside of our poll on YouTube. Go ahead and have at it. But I want to go ahead and get to our contributor for the day. You all know her. You love her. Her name is Jill Monroe. Jill, welcome to the Raw Report.
Thank you, Robin. Happy Tuesday. How are you?
Oh, happy Tuesday to you, too. I'm fantastic. I had myself a long weekend, as you did. Yesterday was a nice way to celebrate and relax with our KBLA family and all of our listeners, and that was really nice. I heard you were out there, but we missed each other.
I know. That's so crazy. I was there for a little bit. It was nice, serene. I've never been to that section of the area that we were in for the event, and the view of the city was amazing.
It definitely was amazing. Same here. I've been to Kennecott Park. I just not have been to that really nice section over there. It was great. It was the backdrop was wonderful. So shout out to all of the performers and everybody who came out yesterday. It was really, really nice. So sad that I didn't see you, but I'm happy to have you here on the Raw Report. And obviously later I want to talk about some really great news concerning you that everybody can look forward to. I'm excited to talk about that.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I do want to get to this because I could not stop seeing all of the different posts and the live feeds, the streams, all of these things regarding Kimora Lee Simmons, her two daughters, Ming Lee and Aoki Lee, and them blasting Russell Simmons. Now, this is pretty much, let's fill everybody in. It all started when Ming Lee, their eldest daughter, she posted actually a Happy Father's Day message to her mom, Kimora Lee. And Kimora Lee went ahead and reposted that. And I guess somehow that set Russell Simmons off. He responded with a post of his own saying, "Stop telling fathers they should have fought harder to see their children and start asking mothers why we had to fight at all." And ultimately, he's accusing or alleging that Kimora Lee Simmons is basically brainwashing their kids to hate him or turn on him. And they just went in about all the different things that he has done, talking about his abusive behavior towards his daughters, how he cut them off financially. But even Kimora put his information out there saying that she thinks he's broke. All types of things have pointed in that direction. She's helped him out financially. All of these different things, they all have cut this man off over the past several years. And it's sad to see because I love family so much, and it's really sad to see because they all were really close at one point. Kimora has stayed really close with all of the fathers of her children, and they've all been friends and going on vacations, and his daughter, Russell, and his daughters were very close at one point. To see this all fall apart, Jill, it's really disheartening for me to watch, but what do you take of all of this? Because I know we can get into more and more, and actually there's a video. Actually, before I get to your thoughts on this, Jill, let's go ahead and play that Kimora Lee. It's just a snippet. She did an hour-long video on everything happening, but this is just a snippet. Let's take a listen to what she said.
You've met me, you've grown up with me, you've seen my shows, you've seen my work, you wear my clothes.
Yeah.
Others of you know me very well. You know me personally, you know my kids, you know my exes, you know the dads. A lot of people here know both of us. You know, and they know he's wrong. All the friends have said, this is wrong, this is crazy, we don't understand it. But they still support him. I feel like it's one of those things where he's just like a bigger than life kind of, powerhouse. And so he just kind of turns and manipulates the press and people and to believe, anything like gaslighting, like that didn't happen. I didn't do that to you. I didn't do those things to you. I didn't, you're imagining things. How many countless women have said this, had been told this, I should say, or would say this to you? Myself and my two girls who are adults.
Well, that's just, again, a snippet of this hour-long video that Kimora Lee has done, and Aoki Lee went and she did a live stream as well. But Jill, let me get your thoughts on this and your thoughts, because Aoki Lee is now claiming that she believes her father is experiencing some kind of mental distress, some issues that he may have that he's just been sort of going downhill for the past several years. Your thoughts on this, Jill?
I mean, it's pretty clear what that issue is, or at least the catalyst of that is. Well, it's twofold. One is money. You can't hear the video, but in the video that was posted of him going off, when Aoki was on FaceTime with him, you can see him saying she took everything, referring to Kimora, and I'm broke. So there's that aspect of it, that he is in financial distress. And then there are also the accusations that have been levied against him as far as sexual harassment. There was an HBO documentary, I believe the name of it was On the Record, where it was discussed in detail. And so I think it's a combination of those two things.
Yeah. It's sad, though. He brought up an issue. It's interesting. Looking at all of their points of views, I can't help but to think that from the children and their perspective, they are right. Because Kimora made a great point. She says, how can I brainwash kids? Usually that starts, not that that hasn't been done, but usually that's going to be a case of children being young and you start putting thoughts and things like that into their heads when they're young so that when they grow up, they are now conditioned to think that the father there's something wrong with him or some issues with the dad. But they had relationships with him up into their adulthood. So for him to say that they are being brainwashed or imply that they're being brainwashed, and in essence, he's sort of blaming Kimora for the lack of relationship that he has. Well, I tend to believe the children on this. We have both of these young ladies are in their 20s. They're college graduates now, very recently graduated. Their dad did not show up. He has not contributed to their life, according to them, allegedly. And I tend to believe that it is them, but it's so interesting, this narrative that he would try to push that, I wanted to be a part of their lives up until now, but their mom, the mother, isn't allowing me to. And I wonder how many people can actually identify with that versus him possibly going through some sort of mental distress and maybe this coming out. But you alluded to that video where he absolutely, it's a muted video that Aoki Lee has posted, but you clearly see he is screaming. She says in the actual video, he doesn't even sound human. It's some sort of shrieking that he's doing. I mean, in his face, it's just clearly there is something going on there. But I am an optimist by nature. I feel that all things could be worked out. Do you feel that there is a possibility of reconciling here for this family, the Simmons family?
I mean, it's a family, so there is always that possibility, but there are a lot of moving parts with the situation, and it's probably going to take some time because there is a lot happening there that needs to be addressed separately and then together as a unit. So we'll see. We hope for the best for them, obviously.
Yeah, we do. Fahima Sek says, Russell Simmons, and I agree with this point, Russell Simmons has been in self-exile since the allegations of sexual assault that included Lena Horne's granddaughter. Well, there have been several allegations of sexual assault on Russell Simmons' part from different women, and he did go into a sort of self-exile. I don't know what country he lives in. I know that he's not in America.
Bali.
He lives in Bali. Okay, and so I know that he often vacationed there. He stayed there quite often before he actually officially did the move. But a self-exile seems about right. And my only prayer, or I have a couple, my couple of prayers is that, of course, he gets some help if he needs it, right? So if we are talking about some sort of mental health issue, obviously there can be help for that. My hope is that he gets the help that he needs. My second prayer is that he does do the work necessary, because clearly there's a lot of hurt here with both Kimora and the daughters. And indirectly, it's going to be affecting the other kids as well. She has 3 other kids, and it's affecting them too, because if their sisters are hurt, if their mother is hurt, and they all had a relationship with him, with Russell Simmons, essentially it's going to hurt them as well. So I just hope that he does the work necessary to reconcile with his family. So those are my prayers. I don't know if you see it the same way. I know that you say that their family, there can always be a reconciliation. I agree with that. Do you think that it should be done? Because some things could be fine and great left alone as it is. Everybody just go their separate ways, which is what Kimora is saying, by the way. She's saying she hopes that he just stays where he is and everybody get over their hurt. So I don't know what your thoughts are behind that, if you actually want that to happen, or say, listen, Russell, just go about your business, but leave them alone, let everybody heal in peace.
I mean, I think that is entirely up to the family. Whatever they need to do to feel secure and safe and whole is totally their decision. But as I said before, for multiple reasons, maybe not together, but everyone might need to take a session with a counselor and maybe work through those emotions and feelings, and maybe it'll lead them back to each other, or the decision, as you said, that things are fine, separate, and we don't have to use social media to get across messages after this.
It also brought up a very interesting point where Aoki, she's a model. They both are, by the way. The two daughters are both models, beautiful young ladies. Aoki talked about getting a lot of jobs through her father's name and connection, and possibly not having a career in modeling anymore. It brings up a whole nepotism issue, and the highs and the lows, and the pros and the cons behind nepotism, and what happens if you have a falling out with your father or your mother or that family member. What happens there? With Aoki, she's specifically saying she wants to remain in the modeling industry, but if she can't get any other jobs like her father has threatened her with, allegedly, then she'll just move on to become a doctor or, in some other field, which she's brilliant. She's 20 years old and having graduated from Harvard at the age of 20. So I'm sure she'll be fine whatever she does. But it's sad to say that it's a possibility that she may not work in the fashion industry. I don't know if you have thoughts on that she may not work, according to her dad, that he's going to pull the plug. I'm not sure. But and maybe you give me your thoughts on the other side about just a quick thought on that nepotism thing. That's a whole other topic that could be spread out and talked about and broken down. But I'll get your thoughts on that on the other side. Right now we're going to get to some news, traffic, and sports, but I do want to talk about that swag bag on the other side. We'll go ahead and do that too. You are listening to The Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580. Stay right there.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Lil Real Howry. Right now, you're listening to KBLA Talk 1580. That's right. The Raw Report.
More of The Raw Report with Robin Ayers when we come forward.
I'm Julius White. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Actor Jonathan Majors will go to trial in August for domestic violence charges. The African-American Marvel and Creed 3 star has maintained his innocence since the woman accused him of assaulting her. NFL Hall of Famer and University of Colorado head football coach Deion Sanders might have to have his left foot amputated. That from a team of doctors at the University of Colorado. The 55-year-old Sanders, who's had 2 toes amputated in 2021 due to circulation problems, said he now has no feeling in the bottom of his left foot. And a new report says employers could extend the country's average lifespan by 12 years by 2040. Researchers from Deloitte found that Americans could live to nearly 90 years old with as much as 95% of it in good health, while also spending less on health care if companies improve conditions for workers and consumers. I'm Julius White on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
In Irvine on the 5 southbound before Jamboree Road, got a crash in the Center Divider area. It's going to be a slow one coming away from Tustin Ranch Road, Wood Boulevard. Got a crash clearing to the right shoulder there. You'll see some delays from Florence Avenue. And in Anaheim, 5 southbound right after Lincoln Avenue. Got a brand new accident. The carpool lane is going to be blocked. It's pretty heavy coming away from the 91.
During Sable Small Business Deal Days, you save 50% when you buy any combination of 5 or more boxes, mailers, and shipping tubes. Offer ends July 1st. Exclusions apply. Not valid in Concord, New Hampshire location. Prices may vary. Keep your business running right and save at Sable.
JP Morgan Chase is building on the investments in California to help close the racial wealth gap and build a more equitable future. Visit jpmorganchase.com/racial equity and get the tools to help reach your financial goals.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
A heads up for Lakers Nation. Be prepared for some chatter involving Chris Paul and Draymond Green. Yep, I said it, Draymond Green. Green left $27.5 million on the table in his decision not to re-sign with Golden State. He's now an unrestricted free agent and can talk with any team. Green and LeBron took a recent trip to France together with their families for a vacation getaway. LeBron attended Green's wedding last summer. These two have become very good friends. Don't be surprised if you start hearing discussions about Green having interest in joining the Lakers for next season. The same with Chris Paul. He and LeBron are also good friends. and Paul already has a home in the L.A. area. Paul was traded to the Washington Wizards over the weekend, but look for Paul to pursue a contract buyout. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Every weekday during the month of June, we're giving away gear from the KBLA store to say thank you for your support of KBLA Talk 1580 as we celebrate our second anniversary. Each weekday, a different host will be giving away fresh merch to one lucky caller. All you have to do is keep it locked to KBLA Talk 1580 throughout the day, and our host will tell you when to dial in and when. It's our way of showing appreciation to you for helping make KBLA Talk 1580 the most trusted, credible, and reliable source of information for listeners just like you. Here's hoping you'll be one of our lucky winners. But you can always head over to the KBLA store anytime for the best in KBLA Talk 1580 gear for yourself and great gift ideas. Now, celebrating 2 years of being your go-to, we're KBLA Talk 1580, and we've got your black.
If you're a business owner or lead a nonprofit that's between 26 and 49 employees, please listen. Lendistry is proud to announce a new program whereby small businesses and nonprofits may qualify for reimbursement of COVID sick leave expenses incurred in 2021 or 2022. This program is administered by the California Office of the Small Business Advocate. Eligibility criteria apply and funding is limited. For more information, visit COVIDPaidSick.com. If you're a business owner or lead a nonprofit that has between 26 and 49 employees, please listen. Lendistry is proud to announce a new program whereby small businesses and nonprofits may qualify for reimbursement of COVID sick leave expenses incurred in 2021 or 2022. This program is administered by the California Office of the Small Business Advocate. For more information, visit COVIDPaidSick.com. The Los Angeles Urban League helps African American and others in underserved communities achieve true social parity, economic self-reliance, and civil rights. For over 100 years, Los Angeles Urban League has ensured our communities have access to careers with living wages, opportunities to start and grow businesses, and clear pathways to personal and professional growth. Programs like BizCamp, Construction Career Academy, Spa Business Ready, and B-Warp. The Black Wealth Attainment and Retention Program are examples of the ongoing events designed to make our centennial mission to rebuild Black Wall Street right here in LA a reality. To sign up for our newsletter or to support the Los Angeles Urban League with your time, talent, and donations, visit laul.org. That's laul.org. The Los Angeles Urban League is a proud sponsor of Urban Family Focus Saturdays.
Keeping you informed about what's really going on and what not to miss in entertainment. You're listening to the Rob Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
What a boy, I need me. And when I'm in your arms, I feel free. Falling, I feel the feel the clouds in love.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and get to this right now because I want you to win. I want you to walk away with something nice. Right now, caller number 2. You can win, or you will win, this swag bag. We're giving away all month long to celebrate KBLA's second anniversary. And so caller number 2, go ahead and give Andy a call right now. Let him know you want that swag bag. You can call 1-800-920-1580. Go ahead and get that swag bag. I want one too. All right, make sure you shout us out because I want one too. But go ahead, caller number 2, that is on you. Let's go ahead and get to this next topic with our contributor, Jill Monroe, for the day. This is, I don't know how I feel about this. Basically, neighbors in a very high-end neighborhood are asking, or petitioning rather, Kenneth Petty and his wife, superstar, megastar, Nicki Minaj. They're trying to get them kicked out of their Hidden Hills neighborhood. Now, Hidden Hills is very, very widely known. It's a very upscale. Y'all are calling. Go on ahead and get your swag back. Y'all are calling. I like that. They are trying to get Hidden Hills is just really nice. Okay, it's a beautiful neighborhood. It's a small subsidiary of Calabasas. It's great, and they want to keep it that way. But Kenneth Petty, who was actually convicted in 1995 of one count of attempted rape in the first degree, assault in second degree, unlawful imprisonment in the second degree, and criminal possession of a weapon. This was all back then, and he served nearly 4 years before he was released in January of 1999. However, he's back in trouble because he has failed to register as a sex offender in the state of California. So because he's failed to do that, in his neighborhood, they are trying to petition him to get out. I don't know how I feel about this. Jill, you let me know. How would you feel? You're in a very nice neighborhood, and you know that there is a sex offender who has not registered as so. How would you feel about that, knowing that he's married to a superstar? I don't know if that matters at all. You give me your thoughts on it.
I think anyone would be uncomfortable knowing an unregistered sex offender is in their neighborhood, especially if they're, are children or young adults around. And people should, once they're, out of jail, off of parole or what have you, be allowed to live their life. But there are certain rules that are attached to that. And I don't think that it is a race thing. I think that it is just, this is what is supposed to happen. This is what we would like to happen in our neighborhood, and we're ensuring that it does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree that not many people would be enthusiastic about having a sex offender who is living in your neighborhood. But on the other hand, so yes, he should be doing what he's supposed to do because that is what, he's still a citizen and he should abide by the laws of, being a U.S. citizen. However, I do believe in second chances. I do believe that if he had handled his business, I wonder if it would be any different, if people would be petitioning, if he handled his business from the jump start. If he did register, I wonder if people would still have a problem with him being in that neighborhood. It's hard to say, but I would say that if he did abide by the rules, then he should be given a second chance because, these crimes that he committed he was convicted for, did take place a long time ago. People change with time and wisdom and all kinds of things change us. I just don't know if I see it as a fair thing. Maybe they should petition to actually get him to commit to sign, registering as a registered sex offender rather than trying to get him kicked out of the neighborhood because this won't just affect him. This obviously will affect Nicki Minaj's wife as well as their child that they have now. So that's why I'm a little bit on the fence with that.
And I agree with you, and I do think that people should be given a second opportunity. But I also think if you know that something as simple as this could affect how you are allowed to move around, you take care of it, especially knowing that your wife is a superstar and this is going to impact her as well.
That's very true.
I just think that it's something you handle so that you're not faced with these type of things,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. And this is why when Nicki Minaj went public with her relationship, this man who she's known for quite a while, long years, actually, and he did go, he was in jail at one point. She had other relationships that were in the public eye, but when she did unveil this relationship and went public with it, and people found out his past, of course, she has super fans. Nicki Minaj has what we call minions. She has what we call stans, and a lot of them did not want her to get into this relationship just because it would essentially affect her image, her own image, and people love her. And at one point, she was seen as a squeaky clean woman. Of course, aside from her lyrics and all of that, but people love Nicki Minaj, and so they didn't want him and his baggage to affect her. And so it seems as though what the fans were afraid of is possibly now starting to happen. We don't know what's going to happen with this petition, if they'll get enough people to sign it to where there's going to be some action behind it or not. I will certainly keep you all posted on that if we hear about anything. But I guess ultimately it is just not necessarily a good look on his part, because he's supposed to do what he's supposed to do, and now he's on house arrest. But they want him out. Where do you go if you can't live in Hidden Hills? Where do you go? You go to Beverly Hills?
You can go to Beverly Hills. You can go to Bel Air. You can go to maybe over a tad bit to Calabasas. There's Malibu. LA has no shortage of expensive communities to find a home with. But, I mean, if you like your house, of course you like your house, and you picked your neighborhood for a reason. But
that's true, exactly. And that Hidden Hills, that's a nice one. That is a very nice little area and neighborhood, and it's safe and it's gated, and people do not want you in there if they feel that you don't belong. So you're right. Maybe if this petition does go through, they can find themselves a nice little happy home over in Calabasas in another neighborhood. So we'll see. I'll keep you all posted on that. Forensic accountant says Topanga Canyon. Old Topanga is not necessarily new money, though. Old Topanga is, I'm not sure if they'll fit over there either. But, who knows? While we have some time left, I do want to allow Jill Monroe to make her beautiful announcement that, because everyone here, we all love to listen to Jill every Tuesday when she calls in as a contributor, but she's got news of her own. Jill, I hand the microphone over to you.
Thank you, Robin. So starting tonight at 9 p.m., you can check me out right here on KBLA Talk 1580 for RSVP with Jill Monroe. It is a new show where we will be talking topical issues, hot headlines, entertainment, sports, culture, and lifestyle. Heavy on the sports, culture, and lifestyle. We're just going to talk about the things that are affecting us and hitting in the news. So I hope you guys check me out.
Absolutely. Well, there's so many. Congratulations, first and foremost, Jill. You and I have worked alongside each other for many years, and you've always been a talent. You've always been gifted, and this is right up your alley, so I'm not surprised at all that Tavis saw someone who he wanted to snatch up and say, listen, I'm going to give her own show. So I'm not surprised at that at all. But you are definitely deserving of that, and I'm sure many of our listeners who listen on a weekly basis to you request you, first of all, often. I've had several people text me or DM me, and they say, you should have Jill on regularly. And I'm like, she is on regularly. She calls every week. But I'm sure they mean even more regularly than that. But even still, these wonderful listeners, I'm sure, will listen to you at 9 p.m. to midnight starting tonight. RSVP with Jill Monroe. That starts tonight. I'm excited to listen to you, to support you in any way possible. And I'm very, very happy for you. And so actually, you are my what not to miss. All right, what not to miss for today for the Raw Report is RSVP with Jill Monroe. So definitely excited for you on that. What are you talking about tonight, Jill?
Tonight we're going to talk a little bit about Larsa Pippen and something that she has won from her ex-husband, Scotty. So there's something about that. We're also going to get into a story regarding the Titanic that has come up today that is pretty crazy. Mm-hmm. There's some crazy headlines about that and what's happening with that. And we are also going to get into Megan Good and Jonathan Majors and some things that are happening with them. We know they're in a relationship, and Jonathan went to court today, but some things have come with that. We're going to discuss that. And also a little bit about we're going to talk to some of the cast of the film The Blackening and share their thoughts on Black culture and their favorite things to do as a group. So.
Well, you have a full 3 hours to go ahead and breathe on all of those topics. I'm sure it'll be wonderful. If I stay up late, I'm going to catch all 3 hours, but I'll certainly be tuning in early on for sure. You are getting congratulations over in our YouTube chat. They're saying congratulations to you, Jill. I'm saying congratulations. And by the way, I do want to say at some point we, of course, will go ahead and find more contributors to the Raw Report. But Jill, every so often, are you still planning on contributing to the Raw Report?
I will still be here on Tuesdays. And, of course, how can I miss being on the Rob Report? I'm getting my news from the Rob Report, too. So, come on.
Absolutely. So you guys can all still look forward to Jill over at the Rob Report and over on her brand new show that's starting tonight, RSVP with Jill Monroe. Again, that's 9 p.m. Y'all check her out and support. Make sure you do that. She is wonderful, and I'm sure this show is going to be fantastic. Jill, let everybody know where they can find you online, as always.
Thank you so much, Robin. I appreciate you. You can follow me everywhere at Stiletto Jill and check me out at 9 p.m. right here on KBLA. So
wonderful. Well, enjoy your night. It's going to be a long one, so enjoy your night. I know you know
Thank
already.
you.
You're so welcome. Thank you. When we come forward, we have got your Who's Got Next and maybe something else of what not to miss on the other side as well. You're listening to the Rob Report on KBLA, Talk 1580.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Denzel Whitaker, and I'm on the Raw Report.
You're inside the Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
Tina Turner's hometown to build a statue in her honor. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News. On May 24, news spread of the death of the queen of rock and roll, Tina Turner, who died at 83 years old. Turner's representatives say she died of natural causes after long illness. The mayor of Tina's hometown has since revealed plans to build a statue in honor of Turner. Bill Rawls Jr., mayor of Brownsville, reveals his hope to have the sculpture placed in Heritage Park near the high school Tina attended as a teenager. She was born in the same town in 1939. Rest in peace to the queen of rock and roll, Tina Turner. I'm Maisha Cairo for KBLA Talk 1580, and that's your K-Black Minute News. The pandemic may be over, but many Angelinos could be at risk of losing the place they call home. It's important to know your rights as a residential renter in the city of LA. Did you know eviction protection still exists for unpaid COVID-19 rental debt that was due before March 31st, 2023? And that you have 5 days to respond to an eviction notice, also known as an unlawful detainer. Learn more about your rental rights at housing.lacity.org. Be informed, be protected, be at home.
Are you looking to steer your career in a new direction? Driving for Culver City Bus can be your ticket to a long-lasting career with excellent benefits and paid training. Culver City Bus is looking for customer service and safety-minded bus operators to join the growing team. Culver City Bus offers on-the-job training starting at $19.10 per hour, uniform allowance, and health benefits. Culver City Bus is a great employer. Let Culver City Bus connect you with an essential service job. If you enjoy driving, seek real opportunities for career advancement, and passionate about making a difference in the community, you are invited to join the Culver City Bus team. Start your journey today by submitting an application at culvercity.org/jobs. For more info, visit culvercitybus.com or call live customer service operators at 310-253-6500.
You're listening to K-Trip, where we play all the best classic water-wasting hits like Sprinklers in the Rain and Leaky Faucets. They're tunes from another time because now that we face a hotter, drier future, every drop counts. Despite an extremely wet winter, keep using less water, fixing leaks, and reusing indoor water for your garden. Visit SaveOurWater.com for more ways to conserve. Up next, brushing your teeth with the water on. K-Trip. Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news. You're inside the Rob Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
All right. Always exciting when I learn about different artists, and oftentimes they all come from you. This one is no different. Somebody put me up on this person. His name is T. Royal, and this is called Time.
If you down to ride slow with it, and don't worry about your parents, that's long different. Baby, I wanna say the last, cause you're with it, and you don't have to wear a mask to hide your feelings. I swear I won't waste your time. You don't waste my time. We don't waste your time. trying to keep your mind is not about getting inside of you. Let's focus on your feelings and the things you like to do. I'm trying to build your trust, so baby, I won't lie to you. And I ain't trying to rush, I'm trying to show you something right. And don't worry about your past, that's why I'm different. Baby, I want to say the last, cause you're a realist. And you don't have to wear a mask to hide your feelings. I swear I won't waste your time. You don't waste my time. We don't waste your time. If you down to ride, you know I'm with it. And don't worry about your past, that's why I'm different. Baby, I want to say the last, cause you're the realest. And you don't have to wear a mask to hide your feelings. I swear I won't waste your time. You don't waste my time. We don't waste your time.
I liked it. It was nice. That was T-Royal. T-Royal, that was called Time. That was a little razzle-dazzle. He didn't give us no long, drawn-out song. He breathed on it a little bit and got out of there. But I liked it. I like a nice little vibe, okay? So, let me tell you what I really hope. What I really hope is that of all these songs that we play on a daily basis, they're all new artists for the most part. Some you may or may not have heard of, but if they are appealing to you, if you do like the songs, I hope that you support them. Don't just listen to it on the Raw Report and go on with your day. Actually look into these people, because it's you, ultimately, that's going to help them got next. That didn't make sense, but you understand what I'm saying. If they got next, it's us who helps them get there. So we want to support them. We want to continue to listen to them, add them to the playlist, if you will. And I think T-Royal deserves that. So thank you guys for sending me that music, along with all the other music that you send me. If you feel like there is something that you know, or someone that you know of, a band, an artist, it could be anyone for that matter, who's got next. I know I give you a lot of music. I noticed that. I give you a lot of music, but there are tons of people who got next in their own respective fields. So it could be a director, someone who's amazing, who I believe has got next. It could be an actor. Maybe that's what we'll do. Andy, what do you think? Maybe just getting ourselves an actor, somebody who's up and coming, and maybe playing a clip from their a monologue or a scene in a movie. I don't know. Let me know what you think.
I think it's real creative.
That's creative? Because I did say at the very beginning, I said people who got next, they come in all kinds of fields. I mean, I just happen to play a lot of music.
I mean, you may even want to get some folks in the business world or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some, I don't know, people under 30 doing big things on a business scale. I don't know.
Interesting. Very interesting. Maybe comedians. That might be another, something to look into.
Well, yeah, you're more on the entertainment aspect, so.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Poetry, poems and stuff like that.
Actually, that's a really good idea. And I know exactly where to get them from, so that's it. That's what we've decided. Okay, all right. So we've decided we're going to give you all kinds of things for Who's Got Next, because they're not just musicians. They're all kinds of people. So we'll look into that. But what I don't want you to miss, of course, we talked about Jill's show tonight, RSVP with Jill Monroe. So you don't want to miss that, 9 p.m. to midnight. Is that Monday? I forgot to ask her if it was Monday through Friday or Monday through Thursday at this point. We don't know. She'll tell you tonight, all right? She will tell you tonight. But also what you don't want to miss, something that's coming up, and you probably want to grab some tickets for early on so that you can get great seats. This is speaking of comedians, Damon Wayans Jr. I am a fan of the Wayans family, but definitely a fan of Damon Wayans. And his son, Damon Wayans Jr., is really funny. He's a comedian. He's also an actor. He has a show that's coming up in San Diego, California. It's nothing but a short drive. And this is actually the 22nd through the 24th. And so it's something that if you want to take yourself a little, there's a couple of sold out shows already. So if you want to take a drive down there, a brisk drive, and take the scenic route, I'm sure it'll be very nice. That's Thursday, June 22nd through Saturday the 24th. There are a few shows still left, but there are a couple of sold out shows, and you might want to check that out at the Mic Drop Comedy. It's called Mic Drop Comedy. So you want to go to www.micdropcomedy.com and check him out. This guy is great. He's an actor, like I said. He's a comedian. He's a writer. You'll know him from the character Coach on New Girl on Fox, and he's played in the sitcom Happy Endings. He's been nominated for the Critics' Choice Award. The guy is funny. His dad is Damon Wayans. Come on now. Funny guy. That's something that you definitely don't want to miss. Congratulations to Fahima Sek on our swag bag. She won. She got that swag bag. I know that. That phone line lit up. Everybody was trying to get the swag bag. But listen, it's happening all month long. But you got to listen to everybody's show. You have to tune in and make sure that you are listening to everyone's show, because we're giving one swag bag away every single day. So you got to make sure that you stay tuned. And I'll be giving another one away next week as well. So definitely want to keep it locked on KBLA. Celebrate with us this entire month, turning 2 years old. KBLA 1580 turned 2 years old, so congratulations to us. And listen, we have another great show coming up. You already know. You know what time it is. This is Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. You don't want to miss what he's got coming up. The topic is, why did we meet in the first place? What does it mean to be in a true relationship? So you got to check that out. It's going to be hot like fire, like it always is. My name is Robin Ayers. I appreciate you guys. And remember, today and every day forward, to be a blessing.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Julius White. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Actor Jonathan Majors will go to trial in August for domestic violence charges. The African-American Marvel and Creed 3 star has maintained his innocence since the woman accused him of assaulting her. NFL Hall of Famer and University of Colorado head football